Hey, Tim.
Hey, Greg.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
I love our new digs.
Yeah. Moving into, we had Studio A, which was the man cave.
Yep.
Studio B, which was your basement.
Yeah.
Now we're in the porch at the Studio C.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's airy.
Yeah. Bright. Got a lot of windows, I should say.
Yeah. We easily distracted.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah. If Gabe needs to take a moment to go outside, we can easily let him escape.
No pausing. And you got hardwood floors or tiles so that we can hear him scurry about like a rat.
Definitely. Yeah. So what's happening? What's new?
Yeah. So something crazy happened last night, and it's something as a parent, I thought I'd bring up because we are Latch-Key dads. Around 11 o'clock, we got a phone call. William calls us and says I was in a car accident.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're like, oh my God, okay. And thank goodness it wasn't like, a police officer or something. But so immediately you were like, okay, he was okay enough to call.
Sure.
So you kind of get that out of your head. And it was like 10 minutes from the house, not even 5 minutes from the house.
Always seems to be that way.
Yeah. And so it was pretty scary. The car, he was with a friend. William wasn't driving. And from what I can gather, deer ran right out. Went to avoid the deer right into the woods.
Oh, wow.
And it went 15 feet into the woods, the truck.
Yeah.
And so they're very lucky they didn't hit a big tree. They hit trees,
yeah,
but just not like the big one. And the car wound up on its side.
Oh, my gosh. Did it go passenger side or driver's side?
Passenger side.
So William was,
Yeah. So then, we got there and like I said, thank goodness they were fine. Made sure the cops and the other parents came, and then we took William to the emergency room. Had him checked out. He's fine. Typical neck pain and that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank God he's fine.
Yeah.
But it made me want to bring this up to see, do you have any experience with something like this as a kid or whatever? And also to remind parents to tell your children, buckle up every time.
Yeah.
Because we say that to our kids every time they get in the car. Make sure you wear your seatbelt. Make sure you wear your seatbelt. And this is no exaggeration. It literally saved his life. Yeah. Because he could have gone out.
Sure.
The windshield.
Yeah.
That was scary, and and initially we were okay, but then it starts sinking in what could have happened, and that was wild, crazy. So I was up in the emergency room till about 3:30 this morning, and then when you get home and you still can't fall asleep because you're so wired,
your brain is racing.
So long night.
Yeah. Well, let me just say I'm so happy to hear that William, and I assume the driver was okay as well.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. My kids aren't quite at the point where they're driving on their own. There's still permits, and we're out getting them the experience of being behind the wheel. But the reality is, stuff like that happens. I'm going to say I was 16. I think when I hit a deer.
Yeah.
I didn't swerve off the road, but I hit the deer pretty much just square on.
Oh, yeah.
The car I was driving was my mom's car, and literally I was half a mile from the house.
Oh, so close.
And,
just same
I was
situation.
just leaving, and I saw this massive buck just appear, like on this little rise next to the road. And in my mind, I'm like, don't move. And in that split second, before I even had a chance really to react, it just jumped and I hit it. And they said that the car actually had flip up headlights on it.
Oh my gosh.
That it kind of caught the deer and kind of tossed it, as opposed to, because it's like a wedge front. The way I hit it, I took its legs out. It would have just rolled right up and probably went right through the windshield.
You hear horror stories about that.
Yeah. So, thankfully, it's one of those moments where as a kid, after I hit it, I pulled off into a driveway and I'm like, maybe the car's okay. And then, I get out and I'm like, oh my gosh. You're just like, how, why, 5 seconds either direction. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And of course, my parents were probably very similar to how you guys were, that as long as you're okay, you can get a car fixed.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. But as a new driver, you're like, oh my gosh, I ruined your car. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, and that's the reality of living where we do. There's a lot of deer. They're everywhere.
And I've noticed more now than ever lately. Yeah. So
have you ever hit a deer?
Clipped a couple, but never a full head on. My parents, my brother, everybody in my family who's got car stories about hitting deer. I've been very fortunate. I've only clipped them here and there.
Yeah. I hit one. It was on my birthday. I was driving my dad's car, This was like when I first started working. I had a pretty long commute, and I was still living at home. And on my birthday, for whatever reason, again, maybe my car was getting an oil change or something, I drove my dad's car to work, and one ran out. Now, this was probably closer, actually, where we are now, and my parents are about 30 minutes north of here, so it was a little bit of a distance. We had somebody hit one on the turnpike in front of us, and then it rolled at us at speed, and we just kind of went right over it.
Oh, over it.
Yeah, and it kind of tore up the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
It's not fun. And then most recently, I have my old classic 66 Mustang. I was out just for a little cruise. I'm a mile and a half from the house. It's dusk.
Yeah.
And, you're coming by some pine trees, and two of them ran out, and the second one just ran right into. I mean, it wasn't that I hit it straight on; it ran into the side of the car.
Oh, like the door, like the quarter panel.
It was actually the front fender.
Oh, okay.
And the door a little bit, but in that I was like, oh, I drive this car like 5 times a year, and of course
that's the one.
That's when I hit a deer.
I didn't know that. When was this?
This was probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Okay.
And then I had it repaired. There's a guy locally who's he does like amazing work, and his pricing is incredible. If you ever need to get if you need an estimate on the
this
car,
episode is sponsored by
exactly Dennis Yost. But yeah, it's just such a scary experience when you have any kind of car accident. But yeah, again,
but when it's your kid, it's that much worse.
Yeah. So
I had this one crazy deer story. I was driving home from work, and the 2 deer come darting out. The first deer literally jumps over my car, over the hood of my car. I mean, it just cleared it. It was an Infiniti G35X, so it's a sedan, right? Yeah. Jumped over. The second one tries to do the same thing, but it kind of lost its footing, and it comes up and it lands on my windshield.
Oh, wow.
And I see its butt right on the windshield, and it literally slides off to the other side of the car. I didn't have one scratch on my car, except I had a deer butt print. Sliding across my car. I was like, I almost was like, did that just happen? I'm like looking around like, what the heck?
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to Infiniti. Maybe their cars are reinforced in such a way that you can take a deer across the front.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just slid.
Yeah. I had, it wasn't a deer obviously, but this was in high school. I was driving in my car, and I didn't have air conditioning in my car, so I had all the windows down. And a bird flew into the passenger window and just kind of like kept on going right out.
No way.
And I was like, it was like one of those like fever dreams. You're like, did that just happen? Because I was at speed. I was probably doing 55 miles an hour. Right. And this bird just timed it up perfectly and right through.
That's awesome.
It's like Randy Johnson hitting a bird with a pitch.
If he was off by half a second, you would have had a very different story. Yeah.
Doc, it was a 1 in a million shot. I don't know how I got this beak in my cheek. I mean...
crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So the moral of the story is wear your seatbelt.
Absolutely. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Tim.
So we've played this game before.
Yes.
But I think we talked about it, that we both agreed. I don't want to put this on either one of us. We both agreed that this is a fun game. It's been too long. It's time to do it again. And it is the real or fake websites.
Love it. Yeah. This is a good time.
Yeah. So I've got some pretty ridiculous things on here. I'll be curious to see if you can figure out what's what.
I filled, because we have to make so many. I filled my quota and still kept wanting to do some research. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So for the audience members who maybe don't know what we're talking about, we're going to give each other 3 websites, and it's the other person's job to figure out which is the fake one.
Right.
And these are supposed to be 90s and late 80s themed, right? Like trying to find out what was popular, but they don't have to be, right?
Yeah, because I think what has happened is a lot of the ones that were ridiculous we've touched on. Not to say that there aren't billions of websites out there, but to know that it was something that occurred, was originally created during like the Netscape boom or something like that. It's a little hard to figure that out sometimes. So we're just going with if it's ridiculous and might be funny.
Exactly.
It's all fair games.
All right. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'll give you some choices.
All right. Here we go.
Are you ready? Here we go. Okay. Your first choice is dogpants.com, hamsterprance.com.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Or fudgythewhale.com. fudgythewhale.com.
Fudgy the Whale has to exist. If it doesn't, I'm buying that domain right now. See, now your Hamster Prance. There was the Hamster Dance, which we talked about last time.
Yes.
And the first one was a Dog Pants?
Dogpants.com. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with dogpants.com.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Greg, I'm sorry, but that is incorrect.
Oh, dang it.
The website for dogpants.com is for incontinent pants for your dog.
Nice. Okay.
Fudgy the Whale, of course, is...
It is.
It doesn't have much on it, but
Okay.
it just says Fudgy the what? And then, of course, Hamster Prance was a mock of the original Hamster Dance, and that was my fake website.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to protest that. But Tim with the point. All right. Well played, sir.
Okay.
All right. Real or fake
All right.
website. The first one is Barry's8trackrepair.com.
Okay.
Barry's8trackrepair.com. The second one is AgassiIsHot.com.
Okay.
And I'll tell you a little bit about each one of these in case you're curious.
Okay.
So Barry's8trackrepair.com is pretty self-explanatory. We're fixing 8 tracks. AgassiIsHot.com is just headshots of tennis superstar Andre Agassi.
Okay.
The next one is Zombo.com. And the only thing I can tell you about that is the slogan is, you can do anything at Zombo.com. Anything. The only limit is yourself.
Okay. Whew. These all seem very plausible to me. I'm just going to go with my gut, though, and that is that AgassiIsHot.com is the false website.
Very good.
All
yes. Right. Nice job.
Okay. So that was right. Okay. Your next choice is, Gregory.
Okay.
This is your first choice.
Okay.
IfYouDareToStare.com.
If you dare to stare. Okay.
MartyMcFly.com.
Okay.
EinsteinTheDog.com.
2 Back to the Future themed items there.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was?
IfYouDareToStare.com. And
See,
I didn't give you the full description. I only gave you the descriptions afterward. If you wanted to give the full descriptions
okay,
ahead of time.
sure.
Okay, If You Dare to Stare is a website dedicated to oddities that will capture your eye and keep you wanting to stare at them for a long, long time.
Okay.
Marty McFly is a website dedicated to the double feature for Back to the Future 1 and 2, which will be airing at the Emmaus Theater September 11th of 2021. And Einstein the Dog is an exciting website that will launch soon.
I think I'm going to go with the first one.
DareToStare.com.
I think it's very plausible, but I think it's just too plausible.
Yeah. Dare to Stare is, in fact, a fake website.
Yes. Score 1. All right, I'm not getting shut out here, folks. So I find it interesting they didn't include Back to the Future 3 in their little...
Yeah, it was weird. And it is actually, it's like a redirect website that just goes to this like event for the Emmaus Theater, which is literally, a couple miles from us, which I thought was really random. And they were airing it on September 11th, 2021. And that website is still up and available if you want to find out the details. Yeah.
All right. Next up for you is CandyRomeo.com, the world's first dog matrimonial website based in India.
Okay. Interesting.
The next one is isittuesday.co.uk. Answers the question, is it Tuesday? And finally, ratemypoo.com, which is exactly what you think it is.
Okay. I'm going to go with the gut answer on this is candyromeo.com. It's the fake website.
That's actually a real website. Yes. You can get your dog hooked up through a matrimonial website in India. Okay. That is, in fact, real.
So rate my poo?
That's the fake one.
That's the fake one, yeah.
Is it Tuesday was just too silly to not be real, right?
Yeah, the .co.uk made me think this is definitely a British website that is legit.
We are now tied up.
Yes.
All right.
Your third option.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm trying.
The first one is thegregorybr.com.
Ooh. Okay.
This is fine dining in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, focused on soul food.
Okay.
Nerdsandbeyond.com. A cornucopia of movies, TV, games, and etc. You ready? Your third option.
Yeah.
TheTimothyBR.com. Fine dining in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, focused on soul food.
I call foul. Oh, that's fantastic. There's no way a guy named Timothy is cooking soul food.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. That's fantastic. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. DiceCollector.com, a resource for collecting dice.
All right.
SimpsonMania.com, ranking all secondary Simpsons characters in order of comedic value.
Okay.
And SmallChurchMusic.com, music resource for congregational and small group singing.
Just purely on your reaction to smallchurchmusic.com, I'm going to go with that being the false website.
No, I didn't mean to try to figure out that actually is real. I'll give you another shot there.
Well, it's 50-50. I'll probably get it wrong, so I will go with simpsonsmania.com.
Correct.
Right.
Very nice.
But I'll take the L.
Just the idea that smallchurchmusic.com exists is making my heart happy.
All right, here we go. Your fourth grouping of fake or real websites.
Okay.
Your first option, catvideosforkathy.com. A website purely dedicated to the joy of watching cats, specifically for our friend, Kathy.
I mean, I'd go there.
cat-bounce.com. That's right, you found it. 6 cats, 4 of which are bouncing.
Wait, okay.
And your third option, puginarug.com. That's right, zoom in and see the fun that is a pug wrapped in a rug.
Gosh, I'd like to believe that third one is true. So I'm going to say that third one is true. Bouncing cats and Kathy cats? Yeah. I'm going to go the Kathy cat. I don't know why. No, for no other reason than because...
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct, sir.
Oh, okay.
Catvideosforkathy.com is, in fact, a fake website. But I will say cat-bounce.com.
Yeah.
It is literally just 6 still images of cats cropped out, 2 of which are in the corner of the page. The other 4 are just slowly bouncing up and down on the page.
And that's all it is.
That's all it is.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's awesome.
All right, just so you know, I only made 5 groups.
I did too. So
okay, wow, we were thinking on the same wavelength. All right, the first one, roadkillrecipes.com. Don't let that meat go to waste. How to turn roadkill into a tasty dinner.
All right.
Sci-Hi, and that's like PSY, like sci-hi.com. Psychic High School is the leading Sci-Hi High School is the leading trans-dimensional day and boarding school for psychic youth of all ages and dispositions.
Okay.
And third, Dinner in a Bottle, meat flavored water. Doesn't that just sound delicious?
I'm probably going to be wrong, but I have to go with Dinner in a Bottle as being the fake website.
That's actually real.
Yeah.
That's actually real. They've got them all. They got all different flavors.
That's gross. Well, I guess based on those, the roadkill then goes well with the pairing of meat flavored wine. I guess the Sci-Hi's are.
No, that's real.
That's real too. So roadkill recipes is false.
Yeah,
wow. That was the one I was most convinced was real.
I sold it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. No. That URL is available.
Okay.
I'm not sure where we are in scoring. I think. Yeah.
Well, I've only gotten one right, I think, which was the first one.
Well, I was giving points for if you got me to get the wrong one too.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right.
We should have talked about the rules first.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just funny. All right, it doesn't matter. It's just funny. All right, so your last grouping here.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm going to get this one.
HardyHarHardware.com. I laughed because it's hard to say. In the town of Hardy, we've got everything you need for your home improvements. Come to HardyHarHardware.com. LongDogChallenge.com. That's right, you found it. A low-quality dot matrix style dog illustration that is really, really long. Feel free to print your long dog challenge. Yep.
Long dog.
An anchor on a national television show. I never will be. And the last one, that'sthefinger.com. This hand animation will extend its middle finger when you scroll up or down. Enjoy all the fun at that'sthefinger.com.
What the heck? So I got the long dog, the finger, and what was the first one?
Hardy Har Hardware in the town of Hardy.
I'm gonna go with that weird dog one.
Long Dog Challenge.
That one.
I got it right that time. That is actually a real website.
What?
I will show you then.
Yeah, I need to see this.
Okay.
The long dog.
The Long Dog Challenge.
Okay. And other than that, we also had the middle finger. That's real too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a long one.
Okay.
AbsoluteOracle.com /magicalplaces/index.html. They are films of Western magical places.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. The next one is theuselessweb.com. Fills your time with useless activities. And 3, DylanBrendaKelly.com. It's a website about Beverly Hills 90210. And who should Dylan choose? Brenda or Kelly?
Well, I'm just going to go with that third option for no good reason.
There you
just
go.
Right.
Very good. Yes. Even though I found Absolute Oracle quite interesting with the little films and images of magical Western places.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll put any one of these that we think is worthy.
Okay.
We'll put up on our website and people can check them out and see the magic that is the World Wide Web.
And I'm copywriting roadkillrecipes.com as we speak.
Check out all the great recipes from Latch-Key Dads at roadkillrecipes.com. It's time for the phrase that pays on Latch-Key Dads. It's that time for the D&D phrase and or word of the episode.
That's right, Tim. The first listener to text, email, or somehow communicate to us in smoke rings if you want. The D&D phrase and or word will win a wonderful Latch-Key Dads keychain.
That's right, Greg. And what's that phrase and or keyword of this episode?
The phrase and or keyword of the episode is fireball.
Ooh, fireball.
Fire.
So all you spellcasters out there, remember, it's fireball.
You can email us at dads@latchkeydads.com.
Or you can direct message us and or hit us up on Instant Messenger on AOL if it's 1994.
What Tim said. Can't get enough Latch-Key Dad content? Well, check out latchkeydads.com.
That's right, Greg. On our website, we've got a plethora of photos from each episode, as well as other interesting links to content that we talk about on the show.
Yeah, Tim, I really enjoy all the pictures that you put up there as they really bring the episode home.
Yeah, I guess I'm not afraid to show those embarrassing photos of my childhood. So, yeah, we encourage you to check out the website, latchkeydads.com, for all that content.
Excellent. And if you have a moment, check out our shop page where we've got really cool keychains for sale. If you don't know what to get your dad for Christmas, the holidays, Father's Day, birthday, check it out. It's a cool gift. Tim, did you know that listeners should like, review, and subscribe to the Latch-Key Dads podcast?
No. But now I know. Knowing is half the battle.